Let's talk a little bit about the Cowboys because minicamp does wrap up today.
Yeah.
I just saw, and I don't know if we'll be able to pull this in, but we'll maybe try here over the course of the show. Dak Prescott also spoke this morning. I'll try and maybe see if I can call up a quote or two to be able to reference some of the things that he had to say. But we also heard yesterday afternoon from Quinnen Williams and Jaydon Blue. Let's start with the Quinnen Williams side because he had some interesting thoughts relative to the scheme that Christian Parker is installing within this Cowboys defense and the way he's going to make this defense better.
He's extremely smart when it comes down to the defense and how he see the game. It just kind of opened my eyes on when I can take my shots, when I can do certain things, even like constructive criticism from what he see I need to work on from his point of view and what he feel like I can do better from his point of view. The whole thing just excites me, just from the standpoint of Philadelphia had probably one of the good defenses the last few years, man, and get a chance to be in that same scheme. Denver had one of the best defenses, and pass rusher wise, one of the best. Also, we're having BT working with us also here. So it all around excites me, man. But the players and the coaches excite me the most because we got players who really want to get better, especially on the defensive side, get better, be better, and win. And from a coaching staff, man, a new coaching staff that want to be the best in the league, man. So I think that excites me the most about this year and this team.
There's a lot to be excited about with how much better this defense could potentially be this season, and I am seeing one quote here from Dak Prescott relative to Quinnen Williams. Joe Hoyt, who does a great job covering the team for the Dallas Morning News, said that Quinnen told the team, hey, I've never been at the playoffs. My entire career, that's what happens when you go to the Jets, I've never been to the playoffs. And Dak said, I told him, I'll get you to the playoffs, but I need you to help us go win in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And this feels like a team that has legitimate potential to be a significant step better than last year.
Right.
I've said it a couple of times, a couple of different ways over the course of the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to go any farther than that because it's lunacy to do so with this organization, with the struggle that they have had beyond that point. But this is a team that should at least be able to be, as Jerry Jones likes to say it, around the rim.
Yeah.
They have had teams in the last 30 years that have been around the rim. That 07 team was really stinking good. 2014, 2016, 21, 22, 23, all three of those teams were pretty darn good. I think maybe 23 might have been the best of that bunch, and then completely laid an egg against Green Bay in the playoffs. But they've been around the rim. This should at least be a team that we look back at, okay, that's another one that goes in that collection of they were around the rim. And if you're around the rim, you're good enough to win a Super Bowl.
I would
now you have to actually get the bounces and make the plays and be good, be at your best in the postseason, and that's what they haven't done.
Well, and that's I don't think anyone came out last year and was like, Seattle is the best team in the NFL this year. And I don't even think, as good as they were for a stretch, as good as they were during the regular season, I still don't think that people were looking at them like, yeah, they are the Super Bowl favorite throughout. So to your point, I think if the Cowboys can be good enough, the reason I agree with you most is because the offense, yes, has the ability to put up 30 points a game if they play up to their potential. On defense, they did, the Jones here is the they did what they typically do in terms of offseason moves. Bringing in Jalen Thompson and Rashawn Gary, and even D. Winters, those were the signature moves this offseason outside of drafting Caleb Downs #1. Those are not needle movers by any stretch of the imagination. So it's not like the defense got a significant upgrade. The upgrade is coming in the form of a new scheme led by a first-year defensive coordinator. So there's a lot of question marks surrounding whether or not that will work. From everything we've seen up to this point in the season, yeah, there's a lot of excitement because there's a lot of unknown and there's not a lot for us to say that won't work. But to your point, it'll rely on the offense being as good as they were last year and the defensive scheme actually working under Christian Parker. From everything we've heard so far, they believe there is potential for it to work. But now all of it still has to be done, and they don't get to camp for another 5.5 weeks.
The only thing that I'll add to that is just when you have a healthy Dak Prescott at the helm, you're always going to have a chance.
Yeah.
So, if he has the seasons he's had whenever he's been healthy, he's going to be an MVP candidate, and they're going to be in that group of teams that you talk about at the end of the year, they can go to the Super Bowl. It's just, will the defense be able to hold up?
The other thing that may help the offense that you're talking about is if Jaydon Blue can take a step forward. We saw a lot of really good things from Javonte Williams, and I think even if Jaydon Blue has a terrific season, Javonte Williams is still the feature back for this offense. But if they can add Jaydon Blue as a playmaker, he's got speed, he's got ability to make plays for this football team. He just needed to kind of put it all together from a mental perspective and from a buy-in perspective. It sounds like from the things that Brian Schottenheimer has said over the course of this offseason that is happening, and Jaydon talked a little bit about his personal growth over the course of this offseason yesterday as well.
Yeah, I think I've had a great camp so far. Like Shotty and my coaches said, previously, I came in with a whole different mindset, whether that was making sure I was more intentional, being more detailed, and just moving, being more of a pro. Like I said, it was a lot of stuff I had to get better at from last year, whether that was maturing more or making sure I'm knowing everything in the playbook so I can be crisp. But other than that, man, I think I've had a really good camp.
And it's kind of crazy that it can be simplified in this kind of way, and this is probably oversimplifying it, but gone are the blue Louis Vuitton cleats, and he's wearing just kind of a normal nondescript cleat. Like the focus is on keep the main thing. That's what he's doing now. Instead of worrying about all of the other ethereal nonsense, let's focus on some football. And if a guy is talented as he is, and we've seen the goods
flashes,
both at Texas and as well, flashes in the NFL. The talent is there. So
the maturing is, I think, what was missing most. And for him to acknowledge that himself, big step.